Why do you remodel your whole house when your boyfriend leaves? You know the Harry Potter line, I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good? Hi, it's me, I'm up to no good. I'm excited. You have just watched me unload the supplies for the final shelf in the laundry room, and once this is done, I think this room is done. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm essentially building a tabletop. I'm going to put a shelf over the top of that and over the washer and then trim it in. It won't necessarily look built in, but I'm hoping it'll look better. The only fishy part of this project is, for one, they didn't have the plywood that I wanted, so I got two 1x12s, and I'm hoping I can like glue them together so it looks like a solid surface. That's deviation from the plan number one. Who knows how many other deviations we'll make before it's done. Let's go. We definitely need to move the shelf. So much stuff on it too. I'm not emptying it, I'm just moving it. Perfect, nice and lovely. This is the frame of my shelf, if you will call it that. This is going to be on the left side, that's on the right side, this is on the back wall. There's no way there's a stud all the way across here, right? My breaker box is right here. I'm now contemplating everything, because what if I drill into the power? I gotta Google some stuff. Google says I would either be fine or electrocuted or short out my house. I'm not going to put screws in this wall is what I've decided. So now, honestly, that's a big deal. I need screws in that wall. I have to go back to the drawing board for a minute. BRB. I have a plan. I will not lie and say that it's a good plan, but it's the best that I can come up with because I'm home alone again. So if I end up screwing into my electrical box and electrocuting myself, the dogs will be very hungry for 3 days before Spencer gets home. So I'm going to make the shelf just rest on this shelf, and then we won't need screws in this wall. And then later on, if we find out it's safe to screw into an electrical box, which I doubt we will, I can come back and put screws in this wall. So that's the plan. I would like to stay alive today. Don't even come for me in the comments about not moving the washing machine. This thing is 400 pounds. And also it's level in this spot and our tile is unlevel. So if I move it even an inch, me and Spencer will have to spend like 20 or 30 minutes leveling it again. So not moving it. Why do you remodel your whole house when your boyfriend leaves? Listen, y'all, I may not be skinny, but God, I'm strong. My ears are ringing. Yours probably are too, sorry. My phone died, and while I was charging, I got most of my cuts made. I also got that frame hung up all the way, and then I've mounted this bottom shelf. It's completely mounted, nailed in. No, I'm not gonna paint before I put them up because for some reason I never ever do that. Even though it's absolutely the easiest way, I guess I'm stuck in my ways, and my ways are not effective. They're effective, they're just not efficient. Yes, my cheek is red because this is stressing me out. I just simply do not feel like it should be as complicated as my mind is making it. And bro, I got the red cheek of stress. I do enjoy it. However, I do also just stare at a blank wall sometimes and wonder like, what's next? If you're about to stop watching because of this, I beg of you to hang on. I have a plan. This is going to be rounded off. I know it's ugly right now. Gosh, the rough draft is really ugly. Ignore this. It's almost 10 o'clock, so I have to stop because I don't want my neighbors to hate me. Arlo has been begging me to go cuddle with him. He's been in here crying. You okay, Bubba? Look at his little boo-boo on his eye. Poor guy. It is the next day, and we have a plan. I'm about to putty this, and then I'll wait for it to dry. While it's drying, I'm going to do some laundry so I can get that done without it being ridiculously loud in here. Yeah, putty, sand it down, do some primer, and then decide what color paint. I just said all of that, and then I realized I haven't even trimmed in this side. We're going to do that before we putty and paint anything, obviously. This side will need 1x4, and I don't have any, so I will be going to the store for those. I just started sanding the first bit of wood filler when I noticed issues like this in the wood, like this needs to be filled. There's a big gouge in the wood over here, issues over here, mostly because I bought cheap wood to make it cheaper. So I'm gonna get more wood filler, fix all that, and then that'll just make the finish way better. I'm realizing in editing that my microphone had died before I did this step. In this video, I was showing you all the sawdust everywhere and just saying how tired I am of sanding because it makes one of the biggest messes ever. I had to vacuum like 3 times. Then I go into caulking all of the joints. You'll see some time lapses coming up. Audio will be back shortly. Sorry for the equipment malfunction. One more note on that wood filler that I showed you. I would absolutely not recommend it because it smelled so bad while I sanded it. I was legitimately worried about the fumes, so I would not use it. Everything has been caulked. I've taped it off. It's ready to paint now. I'm gonna go have some lunch and then I will be back to finally put some primer on this. I'm very excited. I also found out that Spencer is coming home tonight. He was like on the fence on if he was coming home tonight or tomorrow. Well, it's tonight, which means I'm extra motivated to get the primer on that and then clean this house up because it's not clean enough for him to come home. We never let the other one come home to a dirty house. So it's not that I feel like I have to clean, it's just the good thing to do. So I'm gonna get that primer on. Is it dinner time? Okay, it's dinner time for them. I know, Abby, I'm gonna feed you, I promise. The next time you will see me is when I've decided on a color, which could be tomorrow, could be next week, could be 3 weeks from now. Nobody really knows, so I'll see you then. I was in here about to put the final color on this when I noticed you can still see some of the seams and the pits in the wood. I don't want this to look good enough. I want it to look excellent. So unfortunately, I'm wood filling again, and then I'll sand it again. Hopefully it'll be seamless this time. It's a bit annoying to take a step back. At the same time, I know it'll be a better final product, so I'm going to take the extra couple hours to do it right the first time. There's almost no question in my mind. This is definitely the color. It doesn't quite match. It's close enough though. I'm very glad that I went in and fixed those spots. You can tell it's 2 slabs, like here's a seam. It looks way better though. My friends, it is finally done. I now have a built-in washing machine. I think it makes the room look way more elevated. Now I can stack clothes here as I fold them. It's just gonna help. It makes the room look more put together. Can't believe I did it. I had no idea how I was actually going to do this. It was like a concept in my mind and then actually putting it together, and it looks good. I mean, it looks good. You can still see the lines up top, so it's not seamless. However, I don't think I care as much as I thought I would. So now I need to clean in here, do a final clean, mop it, wipe everything down. Otherwise, the laundry room is finally finished. Oh my gosh. Only took like, I don't know how many months, a long time. Yeah, I'm gonna clean up. Thank you for watching. See you next time.